Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the world of web scraping using one of the most powerful no-code tools out there, which is Octoparse. In this video, I'll explain what web scraping is, why it's so powerful, and show you certain examples of how can this be used without writing a single line of code. So if you ever wanted to build your own data set or automate data collection, this is for you. So now let's get started. First things first, what is web scraping? In simple terms, web scraping is a process of automatically extracting information from websites, directories, and transforming it into structured data like Excel sheets or CSV files. Now, for this, we are going to use a tool called as Octoparse, and you can think of it as having a virtual assistant who goes through a particular website, copies all the relevant data from there, and organizes it for you. But this is done in seconds and at scale. Now, I'll quickly show you how Octoparse as a platform looks like. So, this is how the platform looks like, wherein we have a task over here that we can input. Over here, we can either enter the website or we can select from any of the templates that are mentioned below. So if you can see over here, it has options to scrape data from e-commerce websites like Amazon, or from social media platforms, or from any job platform, or from Google Maps itself. Now let's take the example of say Google Maps, wherein I want to search for data of pharmacies in Mumbai. So what I can do is I can simply give an input. So if you can see, this is how the template looks like, wherein I'll give them that okay, the language that I'm looking for is English, regions can be all, and the keyword that I'm looking to enter is pharmacy in Mumbai, and I'll click on start. Now what's going to happen over here is it'll first of all ask me that where do I want to run this particular task on. So for the free version, you can run it on your own device in a standard mode. Boost mode is something for which you will need a paid version. So I'll quickly start running this in a standard mode, and it opens the execution platform over here from which it scrapes that data. So if you can see, what it has done is it has created a virtual browser through which it has logged into Google Maps. And what it does, or what the code gets executed, you can always check in the event log. So if you can see over here in the event log, there are instructions that are given to the bot to perform, post which it starts running the task. So if you can see, it automatically search for pharmacy in Mumbai, post which it gives me the results that are there, and it starts collecting the data one by one. So in a few seconds, say it is waiting for 15 seconds right now, in a few seconds it will start scraping that particular data and give it to us over here. So as you can see over here, I have my data coming in. I have the name of that pharmacy, their ratings, the total review count. I even get their address details. So all the data that I am looking to get from Google Map, I am able to scrape that quickly using Octoparse. Now this is just one such example. Say for example, you have come across a startup directory, or you want to scrape data of startups. Like I have YourStory over here as a data source, which has listed all the startups that are there in India and gives me their funding amount and their employee count along with their headquarters. Now, if I want to scrape this data or gather this data, there are two things. I can either ask someone from my team to copy paste all of these details into a Google Sheet, or I can use Octoparse. Now, how do I use Octoparse for this? Is I'll simply copy the website. I'll go to Octoparse. Over here, if you can see, there is a taskbar where I can enter the task. So I'll just enter the website over there and click on start. Once I do this, it again opens a virtual browser wherein it loads that entire web page, and it automatically starts detecting what all data points are there on this website. So as you can see over here, it is collecting that particular data and organizing it. So what it did is it very simply saw that this data is in table format and collected that specific data by highlighting those elements. So if you can see these boxes that are created around the logo or else the name of the company, these are called elements. And I can see over here that I have everything that I want. I have the employee headcount, I have the funding that I'm getting in the preview. Next, I'll just simply click on create workflow, and it creates a complete workflow right from going to web page to extracting the data, looping that particular, so that for every single row it gets extracted, and it even scrolls the page if one page is over and checks if there is a next page, then it paginates. So pagination means that moving on to the next page. Right? So everything that a human does in terms of a copy pasting task can be automated using Octoparse. Now all I have to do is that I just need to click on run. Again the same process wherein I'll run this on my device in a standard mode, and it will start running. I can click on the show browser to see exactly what step it has reached. So it has loaded the web page. I'll click on the event log to see what step is it at. I can even get a task overview over here wherein I can see what is the total amount of extracted data. Okay. And if you can see over here, it has started scraping the data. So I can see on the data list over here that it has already collected the data from page 1. This is how quickly Octoparse scrapes data for you. Right. Now, quick note, very important thing is while web scraping is powerful, we must ensure that we are respecting the terms and services of a website. It is mandatory, or rather it is advisable, that you only scrape publicly available data to avoid overloading servers with too many requests. And Octoparse also provides features like setting delays between requests so that the scraping happens ethically and smoothly. Right? So that's a wrap. We have covered what web scraping is and where it can be used in this video, and we'll be sharing more such tutorials on specific use cases of how to use Octoparse. So if you found this tutorial helpful, please make sure that you like this video and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. I've also added the link to Octoparse for you to check it out. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.